If you come on and you're catching the replay, just fast forward. And I want to say hello, hello. I'm not going to be long. Not going to be long. Just want to share a few things. I'll give people a few moments to come on to see if people are free. It's a Saturday, so people may be still, taking care of Saturday things. If you come on, say hello to me, please. Say hello. Say hello. If you come on, say hello to me. Hey, Darylyn, how are you? Hey, Leslie, how are you? I don't have anything specific, but I do want to say a little something that I feel like should benefit a lot of people. I know a lot of people in my region are probably busy at this time, but I'm like, I'm going to get on anyway, and they could just catch the replay a little later. I'm good. I have no regrets about today, and I'm doing this live, and I know my neighbors will probably view this live a little later, but I'm a little tired from helping them with their chores at their house. So we got it done today. Thank God we got it done. And that's what neighbors are for. So a lot of people have neighbors and it's just their neighbors. My neighbors are not just my neighbors. We're like family. There isn't anything that I wouldn't do for them. And the same goes for me, that they would do anything for me as well. I actually came on. Say hello to me when you come on, please. This is why I came on. I came on to say this. I'm not going to disclose where I live, but for those people who would view this video, I'm actually from Louisiana. And those of you who know me, you know what city I live in. And so I'm going to give respect to the people who live in my area. But I had back-to-back deaths in my area. And when I say back to back, I literally mean within a couple of days apart. Literally. I don't mean back to back a month apart. I mean literally days. If I'm honest, it may have been 2 days, but I'm gonna say 3 days just to be safe. And so I decided to do this video because I wanted to come to say this. Let me back up a second. I have somebody who I worked with, and I haven't asked her permission, so I'm not going to mention her name. But I have a lady that I worked with, you guys, for years at the local Walmart. And we worked together for years. She's an absolutely beautiful person. And when I say beautiful person, she's just sweet to everybody. And she has children, and one of her children has already passed, and so she lost another one of her children today. Again, I'm not saying her name. And so when I shared with other people, and we kind of discussed the passing of the person and other people, here's what many of us are not paying attention to, and we have to. This is what prompted this video. How many of you can agree with me that there are a lot of people that are dying, regardless if they're sick and they knew that something was wrong, or if it was something that just happened and it wasn't expected? Okay, so here's why I'm here and what we have to do. I have to do this as well, right? I can't just come and tell somebody else to do it and I don't do it. We have to wake up every day, y'all, and we cannot live a life of stress, okay? And here's why. Tomorrow is literally not promised to us. Tomorrow is not promised. There is so much going on. A lot of people are not aware. If you do the research, Stress is still the number one killer. Stress is still the number one killer. And here's what people do. Here's the thing. I'm not here to get on you. I don't have anything scripted to say, but I am being obedient. We have people and you're stressed about things that you cannot do anything about. Like why are you stressing over things you can't do anything about? You're welcome, Tony. You said thank you so much for this. You're welcome. Here's the deal. You have to wake up. It's not nobody else's responsibility. You have to wake up every day and make a conscious decision to not stress. Here's the deal. Why do we have a tendency to stress over things we cannot do anything about? Let me give you an example that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's the truth. Let's say you owe those people some money. They keep calling you. They keep sending messages. They keep sending letters, and they say that the bill is due, and they say all of that, right? Here's the deal. They either going to come get their little stuff because you can't pay for it, or they going to wait until you get the money to pay for it. But here's what you're not going to do another day. You're not going to keep getting those headaches where your head is just pounding, pounding, pounding. You having palpitations. You in the kitchen, you cleaned out everything in the kitchen, just ate up everything and just drinking and doing all types of things. You know why? Because you're stressed. You're stressed. I'm not saying you're not supposed to be concerned, but there's a difference in concern and there's a difference in stress. Okay? We have to learn to take better care of ourselves. We cannot be stressing over everything. For those of you who have adult children, okay, and you've told them what they're supposed to do, you've raised them already. You can't re-raise an adult. Okay, the child is grown. But here's what you can do. You can pray for them and intercede. But if you have a child who's disobedient, hear me well. This is no disrespect to nobody. But if you have a child, perhaps they are doing things that you don't like. Perhaps they have some type of addiction. I never said that you're not supposed to still be parent. How do you fight for them? You fight for them in prayer. You find scriptures that pertain to what they're going through. If they're addicted to drugs, if they have sickness in their body, if they're rebellious, whatever it is, find a scripture that correlates with the problem that they're having, and you decree that over them. Job tells us in the book of Job, if you decree a thing, so shall it be established. I say that so much, I know people are tired of me saying it, but if I can get people to get it, if I can get people to get that the book of Job tells us if we decree a thing, so shall it be established unto us. So instead of you stressing, okay, you say that the prodigal child is coming home. You say that my child is no longer addicted to heroin. My child is no longer addicted to marijuana. You say my child is not going to continue to lie. My child is not going to be a homemonger. Yahweh, Lord, please let me get some sleep. Help me to trust you by faith that you're going to take care of my child. Because if I continue this way, I'm going to stress out and it's going to take me out of here. Okay? We have to do this. Okay? If you're choosing to stay with that husband, if you're choosing to stay with that wife and you know he leaves you every Saturday, you know she leaves you every Saturday to go lay with somebody else, and you getting in your car cranking up to go past, or you get this heated argument. No, it stops today. It stops today. We're not doing that. We have to make some changes. Listen, I'm not telling you to divorce your spouse. I'm not telling you to put your boyfriend out or your girlfriend out. That's not what I'm doing. But here's what I am saying. If you're going to choose to stay with them and you guys are going to be together, you got to figure out a way to stay together and you not be stressed. Okay? You got to figure out a way to do it and you not be stressed. Okay, if you're going to stay on that job because you're trying to figure out how you're going to make it the last 3 to 5 years because you've been on it so long and you want to retire, you're going to have to figure out a way when you come across the threshold and you enter the doors of the building of the place. You're going to have to figure out a way how you're going to deal with this supervisor, deal with this manager. Why don't you turn that radio off on that music you listening to and pray? Okay, I didn't say PREY against the person, but why don't you say, Lord, I'm going to work, and Mary always gives me a hard time, and all I'm trying to do is do my job, and she just always coming for me, and you stressed about it. Why don't you say, Lord, please, please, today, will you touch Mary where she doesn't cause all this confusion and all these problems? What am I saying, guys? Figure out a way to live a stress-free life. That's all I'm saying. I cannot sit on here and possibly go over everybody's situation and what everybody has going on. It's no way, right? But I touched on a few things. You know what your situation is. You know what you have going on. You don't know if you have another day. You don't know if you have another week. How sad would it be if God decides to call you home and you spent your last days just stressing over things you can't do anything about? Stress is a killer. People are leaving here. Okay, rapidly. I said it that's the description. People are dying rapidly. It does not mean that you don't love the person, but it takes two people to argue. Let them have it. Let them have it. How do you let them have it? You're in an argument, okay? You recognize that the argument is getting heated. Speak to yourself, say something to yourself and say, you know what? I'm not going to go here. I didn't say for you to say it out your mouth because that's going to escalate the argument. But speak to yourself and say, I'm going to let them have it. Here's why. Letting them have it, okay, is going to help you. Because you let them have it, and when you let them have it, you go your way. You don't have to be right even though you are right. You don't have to be right even though you're right. A lot of times, y'all, we look for super deep things. We look for big flashing lights and big sirens. This is a simple message. Let's make a conscious decision on today, at this moment, where we live stress-free. You can't make nobody do anything. We love our spouse. We love our children. We love our grandchildren. We love our BFF. All of that. I get it, right? You get it. But you can't live a life of constantly stressing and worrying about what they're doing. If those people want to come pick up their little furniture that's in your house, let them pick it up and go to Academy or Walmart and get you another little chair to sit in. Okay? And you can hold your plate in your hand. If they want the table set too, let them take the table set. Whatever it is that those people want, we're not going back and forth with those people. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to nobody. I promise you I'm not. You know why I say that? I don't care who you are. We all have been through some type of struggle or some type of shortage that we had. So I'm not saying that to disrespect nobody. But what I am saying is this. If it's going to cause you more stress to have that table set in living room set, let them have it and go to Walmart and get you a chair that's $6 or $7, $10 to sit in. Regroup. It's not worth it. I promise you it's not. Darylyn said I did that 2 weeks ago. And I just thank the Holy Spirit because it was going to go left. Yes, we have to do that. We have to live a stress-free life. It's too much going on. And I'm going to say this, and some people may not be able to understand what I'm saying, but I'm going to say it. A lot of people took the vax, right? Where there has been studies openly displaying, they're not hiding it, where it is now causing illnesses and causing death. That's the truth. That's the truth. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So what would I suggest you to do? I would suggest that you look more into that and see what the symptoms are. See what actually goes with that. I haven't done the research behind all of that because I didn't partake in that. I didn't partake. Okay, but you need to go and see why, so you can act accordingly and do whatever you need to do with your body, or see what the symptoms are. Some people are having the symptoms before they actually leave here and just thinking that, oh, I just have a headache. Oh, I'm just having palpitation, when that's not the truth. It's from that. Okay, so do your research. Do your research. That's all I had. I didn't come on here to be long, but it was pressing on my heart and my spirit to come to let everybody know. And again, it includes me. We have to find a way to live a less stressful life. We have to. We're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to say, what are the things that stresses me out? What actually gives me peace? What do I actually enjoy to do? And those things that you actually enjoy doing, you're going to have to engage in those things more. What hobbies do you have? Hobbies don't have to cost you anything. Okay, you can have hobbies and do things that either cost a few dollars or it's for free. But we have to figure this out. Okay, we have to figure this out. I pray that everybody who was on the live and those of you who have who may come back and catch the replay, I pray that you take heed to that death is real. Yes, we all have to leave here, right? But we can use wisdom, okay? And how do we use wisdom? Stop living such a stressful life. You're too stressed. Some of us have more on our plate than what we know. Stop living such a stressful life, and you don't know when God is going to call you home. And your last days were spent stressful. No, that's not the way it's supposed to be. And stress is not predicated to being broke or being rich. Black, white, lesbian, heterosexual, whatever the case may be. Okay, because stressful people have money. Stressful people are poor. Stressful people are black. Stressful people are white. So forth and so on. It's stressful. Okay, so I need y'all to please learn to live a stressful life and be blessed. And I'm gonna talk with you guys later. Thank you all for coming on. I know that a lot of you probably were doing something else and jumped on to hear me. And for those of you who had to jump off when you get the replay, I pray that everybody takes heed, okay? And let's live a stress-free life. You guys be blessed.